Genius minds, greetings. Today we are going to learn about articles. What are articles in the first place? Very good. Articles are those words used before a noun to show whether a noun is specific or a general noun. An article is a word used before a noun to show whether a noun is specific or a general. After now you know what an article is, you are good to go. But that is not enough. You must now know the categories of articles. We have two categories of articles. The first one is called definite articles. Definite article, we have the, that is the definite article the. Where and when do we use that article called the? Before we proceed, we have three articles, a, an, and the. Now the is the first category of definite article the. When do we use that article? Very good question. We use the when the listener or someone speaking is aware of the things being mentioned. For example, the book that got lost yesterday belongs to Jane. That means you are talking about a book which got lost yesterday. These people you are telling, they know that there is a book that is missing and it belongs to Jane. So you don't use a book that got lost yesterday. No, you say the book. The book, because these people whom you are addressing, they know exactly of the item you are talking about. We use te when the speaker or the listener knows exactly which item or a person is being discussed. For example, pass the phone to me. For example, pass the phone to me. By doing so, you have used the article correctly and it comes before a noun, the phone, correctly. That is how we use the article the. The is the definite article. That is how we use it. We use it when we are telling people who are aware of the things that we are going to mention or the items we are going to mention. Let's go to the second category of articles called indefinite. Indefinite articles. The second category of articles is called indefinite articles. Now in this category we have a and an. Very good. When do we use the two? The two articles a and an are used to show an unspecific noun. To show an unspecific noun. And also they can be used with singular and countable nouns. They can be used with singular and countable nouns. That is when or how we use those two articles, the indefinite articles are and an. Let me give you an example. When you are saying, I saw a lion, you are very correct. You have used the article are because you are mentioning it for the first time and the people you are telling them, they don't know about that lion. But now next time you're going to mention, you're going to use the, because already you have mentioned that lion. Now you can use this a definite article the. We have said we use indefinite articles on singular and countable nouns. Can I give you another example? Very good. You can start a sentence with an article of that category and an indefinite one. For example, a university student, a university student passed on. You are talking about a university student. You are not being specific. We a girl or a boy. So if you remember, I told you we use these two articles when you are giving an unspecific noun. And also they are used when you're mentioning a singular and a countable noun. We have category number 3. We have category number 3 called zero article. It is called zero article or no article at all. We say zero article. We say zero article. Before we go to zero article, let me talk about an article an. When are we supposed to use an? We use an especially before the words that begin with vowel sounds. Are we together? For example, she ate an orange. For example, she ate an orange. She ate an apple. So, you use an when you are mentioning nouns that start with a vowel sound. Very good. Let's go now to zero article. In this category of zero article, in some cases, English nouns do not require any article at all. This happens, for example, in plural or uncountable nouns used in general sense. For example, when you are mentioning water, that is a general noun. You can say water is essential. Water is essential in our life. Water is essential in our life. We haven't used any article. We have not used the, we have not used a and an. There is no way you can use those articles before that word water, because it is a generalistic noun and it's very wrong if you say a water. But now, since you have mentioned these people who you are mentioning this water to, next time you are going to mention water, you can use te. Because you have mentioned it before, now you can use the water concept. Are we learning something? I know we are. And sometimes we don't use articles when mentioning some proper nouns. Let me give you a good example. For example, you can say, he speaks Swahili language. By doing so, you are not mentioning any article. She speaks good Chinese. So by doing so, at least you have not used any article. So class, today we've learned about articles, and we've said articles are those words used before nouns to show whether a noun is specific or general. We have 3 categories or 3 groups of articles. The first one is definite articles, and we talk about they. We use they when the people you are addressing, they already know what you're talking about. When we go to an, we use a and an as indefinite articles, especially for particular, singular, and countable nouns. Lastly, we have zero article, whereby some nouns, they don't need an article. For example, general nouns like water is essential in our life. You can't say a water is general, is essential in our life. It will be very wrong. Thank you so much for following. If this video reminded you something, please share it to your friends, and you can support me by subscribing. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.